Hello, I hope you can hear me well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're in the world. I'm Asiri Pereira. I am going to give you some information about how to apply to study abroad. So stay tuned. I will get you more information about the a country that you can study and a university. I'll give you some information about university that you can apply to study. Stay tuned. Today, I'm going to get you information about how and why you should consider UK as the higher education destination. So stay tuned. I'll be back in a moment. Right, okay, so I'll tell you something about me. This is my social media live session for today. Every day I come live on social media platforms to get you a little bit of inspiration, motivation, and giving you information about how you can, what are the available opportunities in the world for you for educational purposes. You can travel. We also do visit visas for people and also work visas. Some of the countries that we have opportunities for you to go and work as a skilled worker. So I'm going to get you some information today about student visas, because lots of students, we have done thousands of students from 14 different countries to different universities. We are partnered with universities in USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, in Middle East, and also in Europe. So we can support you all the way, and we do this for free. If somebody wants to know about me, I have studied in the UK as an international student as well, and I love the journey here. So I'm inspiring students across the globe to apply to study in the UK. So you can get more information about me on asiripereira.com is my website, and I am here to inspire you and get you more information about study in the UK. So let's see. Let's start our training for today. Let's see the yeah. Let's see why you have to consider UK as your higher education destination.
Hi, I'm Jane, and today we're talking about why students from around the world want to study in the UK. The UK is the second most popular destination for international students, just behind the US. It's known for top-ranked universities and colleges, and world-class academic and research excellence. Students who study in the UK get the knowledge, skills, and experience employers look for, as well as a vibrant student lifestyle in bustling multicultural cities and historic destinations across the region. Degrees and qualifications from UK universities are widely recognized and respected by employers and academics around the world. The UK is also ranked second in the world for science and research. This means students have the opportunity to work with excellent teachers and have access to state-of-the-art technology and research facilities. Higher education institutions across the UK are regulated by the government, so students can be assured they're getting the best education no matter which school they attend. The UK can be an affordable choice for international students, especially when they choose programs with shorter study durations. Most undergraduate degree programs are 3 years instead of 4, So students only have to pay for 3 years of tuition and living expenses. Master's programs are also shorter and are only 1 or 2 years. International student tuition fees vary depending on school and program. Arts and social science courses tend to have lower tuition fees than science-based courses like engineering and medicine. Deciding where to stay while you study may depend on whether or not the university has residence halls, what city you're in, and what your monthly budget is. Many universities have halls of residence. Living in halls is a great way to meet new friends and adjust to campus life. Halls are large buildings divided into separate flats or rooms. Students either have a single room or share with a roommate. Some universities also have self-catered halls. They're similar to standard halls, except there's also a communal kitchen available to residents. This lets students have the freedom to cook on their own schedule if they want to. People in the UK enjoy a high quality of life. The UK ranks high in personal security, environmental quality, civic engagement, health, jobs and earnings, education, and overall happiness and well-being. It's also a safe place to live. Here are some recent stats. The UK is an extraordinarily multicultural society. For starters, the countries that make up the UK all have their own cultures, languages, and traditions. There are also people from all over the world of different races, religions, and ethnicities. Because the UK accepts people from different cultures, students can feel comfortable and confident knowing they'll be welcomed. The UK offers many employment opportunities for eligible international students who want to work part-time while they're studying. Students may find a job on campus or off campus. International students can typically work up to 20 hours per week during the school terms and full-time hours during school holidays. Students must be at least 16 years old and have a valid student visa. Each student's visa paperwork will outline any other restrictions that may apply to their eligibility for working while they study. Many international students take advantage of this option to help pay their tuition, gain work experience, or just have some extra money to travel around Europe while they're in the UK.
All right, so that was about why international students select UK as their destination for higher education. So over 600,000 students are already studying in the UK. So if you are somebody who's looking forward to start studying higher education qualification in the UK, then we can help. I have help thousands of students from 14 different countries to come and study in the UK. We help you the entire process, getting you the offer letter and getting you the CAS letter, which is the confirmation of acceptance for studies, and getting you the visas done, airport pickup, and also finding part-time jobs and finding accommodation, and helping out with any further leave to remain if you want to stay in the UK for further education or any job opportunities. We also have some of the opportunities for students to go abroad after their studies, or they can return to their home country. So we are helping genuine and skillful students to come and study in the UK. We have already helped a lot of students to come and start their education in the UK, so you can get information and support from us. We do not charge any money for giving you the consultation. So why students select UK as their destination? It's because of the international recognition. UK degrees and all the UK education is regulated by the government, so you can expect good quality education and affordable education if you when compared with the other countries. And also there's accommodation options for you in the university, at the residence of halls of residence in the universities. Then it is multicultural system, so you are welcomed here. And you can work during the study, and also you can enjoy the high quality of life, um, because a lot of people feel safe walking alone at night in the UK. And also 93% of people say that they know someone they could rely on the time of need. So the safety, health and safety, and also the UK is high ranked in OECD Better Life Index. UK ranks above average for personal security, environmental quality, civic engagement, health, jobs, earnings, income, and education, and overall subjective happiness and well-being. So these are some of the factors that students consider when they come and study in the UK. So it is very important that you also get to know about all this information, because when you are applying for this universities, and or at the visa interview, they may ask you these questions: why did you select UK? So then the reasons that you actually made, you need to note down why did you select the UK. So if somebody's who want to apply to study in the UK and they want to prepare themselves for the interviews, so you can note down these things. So if you want some help, let me know. I can send you the links, and I can send you the summary of summary of this information, because this is very important when you face the interviews. You need to make sure that you have done your background research before applying, because a lot of people they tend to fail the UKVI interviews when you apply as a student. So it's because they haven't done their homework, or maybe they haven't been guided properly on the reasons why, and why did you select the particular university, why did you select the course that you're going to study. And also they will ask about what is the return on investment that you are expecting by completing these qualifications. So some of the students may fail these questions because they are not prepared, or maybe they have not guided properly, or maybe they are not in a position to give you the answers, because they are not prepared. So that's why. So if somebody is watching this live session, you can note down the reasons that I've told in this presentation, why you have selected UK. So in comparison with the other universities and other countries that are in the education industry, UK is the second, just behind US. So and 600,000 students are already studying in the UK. So the degrees and qualifications are regulated by the government in the UK. Therefore, you get the assurance that the quality is regulated. So you get high quality education system in the UK, and also affordable tuition when compared with the other countries, and shorter period for the education, like 3 years for bachelor's and 1 year for master's. But some of the other countries, they have 4 years bachelor's degree and 2 years master's. So so it's a shorter time span, means like shorter living cost, shorter tuition fee, like smaller tuition fees, so it's affordable. And unique accommodation options are also there with the universities, and multicultural. You are welcomed. Also there's a work option during the study, and also you can enjoy high quality of life. So these are the reasons. So if you see the next, let's also talk about the people and culture in the UK as well.
People and culture. The UK is made up of England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, each with their own unique culture and traditions. UK people. The UK is made up of 4 countries, each with their own unique culture and traditions: England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The UK is also a welcoming place for people and cultural traditions from around the world. Immigrant communities make up approximately 15% of the UK's population. According to the 2011 UK census, 13% of people were born outside of the UK. More than half of the ethnic minority population in the UK is from India, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. People have also immigrated to the UK from Australia, the United States, and other European countries, including Russia, Greece, Estonia, Latvia, Armenia, Spain, Italy, and Turkey. UK culture. The UK is a welcoming place for people and cultural traditions from around the world. Some of these cultural traditions have significantly influenced the UK's music, film, and arts industry. What comes to mind when you think about UK culture? Perhaps you think of Shakespeare, Harry Potter, Sherlock Holmes, or James Bond. You might also think of the royal family, British invasion bands, or even Wembley Stadium. Historical sites. The UK is home to many cultural and historical sites like the British Museum, the National Gallery, the Tate Galleries, Stonehenge, Buckingham Palace, the Tower of London, and St. Paul's Cathedral. Music. Some of the most popular musicians and bands in the world are from the UK, including the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Duran Duran, The Who, Queen, Depeche Mode, The Cure, Adele, Ed Sheeran, One Direction, and many, many more. Theatre. The UK has had a flourishing theatre scene since the 16th century. London is home to West End, the second largest commercial theatre district in the world behind Broadway in New York City. Here, you can see classic and contemporary plays and musicals such as Wicked, Hamilton, Phantom of the Opera, Mamma Mia, and more. The Globe Theatre, where Shakespeare's plays were performed, was one of the first theatres in a new theatre district that became the West End. Today, there are 39 West End theatres, the oldest being the Theatre Royal, Drury Lane, which opened in 1633. The Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Edinburgh comes to life during the Edinburgh Festival Fringe, one of the world's largest arts festivals. Over 50,000 multidisciplinary artists performed at the 2018 festival and brought music, dance, spoken word, poetic performances, circus acts, comedy, and many other shows to audiences at hundreds of venues around the city. The population of Edinburgh doubles in size each August when visitors arrive for the festival. Sport. People in the UK also love sports, particularly football, soccer. The Football Association oversees all men's and women's leagues and clubs in England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Teams compete nationally and internationally. Some of the most famous clubs are Manchester United, Arsenal, and Liverpool FC. People also enjoy sports like rugby, cricket, field hockey, tennis, and badminton. Great Britain has competed in every modern Olympics since 1896 and has hosted the Games 3 times in London in 1908, 1948, and 2012. Science and technology. The UK has always been a world leader in science and technology. Scientists such as Isaac Newton, Stephen Hawking, and Charles Darwin have made a great contribution to the science and technology we know today. In fact, the UK produces the 3rd largest amount of scientific research in the world, and 91 Nobel Prize winners have been British. UK universities have state-of-the-art research and technology facilities to help the next generation of scientists expand their minds and skills and reach new scientific heights. Stephen Hawking is a renowned English physicist known for his groundbreaking theories about black holes. Sir Isaac Newton is still one of the most important and influential scientists of all time. Charles Darwin was a British biologist best known for his research and writing about the science of evolution. Cuisine. Food has a rich history in the UK. A lot of the traditional food is a blend of English, Scottish, Irish, and Welsh food. Ingredients such as fish, beef, and potatoes are often used in some of England's most popular dishes. Fish and chips, Sunday roast with Yorkshire pudding, bangers and mash, shepherd's pie, and the full English breakfast. Bacon, sausages, beans, eggs, toast, mushrooms, tomatoes, and tea or coffee. Some traditional Welsh dishes include cawl, a Welsh stew with meat, vegetables, or seafood. Welsh rarebit, locally produced cheese mixed with butter and cream, or ale and poured over buttered toast. And Glamorgan sausages, a Welsh vegetarian dish with Caerphilly cheese. Leeks, breadcrumbs, and egg shaped into a sausage and fried. Scotland's most famous dish is haggis. This unique dish is often celebrated during Burns Night in January, a celebration of Scotland's famous poet Robert Burns, who was born January 25, 1759. Haggis is made of sheep's liver, lungs, and heart minced with spices, oatmeal, suet, and onion, then stuffed inside the sheep's stomach lining. It's more delicious than it sounds. There's also been a rise in popularity for Edinburgh's fusion food scene in Scotland. Traditional dishes are being combined with other international favorites to create unique dishes such as fish and chip tacos, dessert pizza, fried chicken and sweet waffles, and chicken katsu burgers. Tea is a popular drink in the UK. Tea is usually served with milk, but people also drink it black, with lemon or sugar. Tea may also be accompanied with a light snack such as sandwiches, crumpets, scones, or biscuits that may be served around mid-morning, informally called elevenses, or in the afternoon. In Northern England, Scotland, and Northern Ireland, tea may also refer to the hot, savory evening meal instead of being called dinner or supper. London is one of the most multicultural cities in the UK, so you can often find different foods from around the world at various markets and restaurants. London also has its own Chinatown in the West End near Soho and Leicester Square. Here, you can find authentic Chinese food as well as Malaysian, Japanese, Korean, Taiwanese, and Vietnamese food. If you're looking for Indian food, Shoreditch in East London is the place to go. The large Bangladeshi community there has led to many Indian restaurants and takeaways opening up all over East London.
Right, so that was about the UK people and culture. Okay, let's now listen to UK regions and climate. If you're, I'm giving you this information. Okay. I'm giving you this information just to get you a little bit of an understanding and inspiration if you was someone who's looking forward to come and study in the UK. So you need to know about the culture, people, and the locations, the climate, and all that. So let's listen to the next slide of the presentation.
UK regions and climate. Location. The UK is located in the Northern Hemisphere and is part of the British Isles. The UK consists of England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The English Channel separates the UK from mainland Europe and takes up an area of 242,900 square kilometers, a little less than half the size of Spain. The UK population is about 67.4 million, and London is the capital and largest city. Educational opportunities by region. Scotland. Scotland is the northernmost part of the UK. In Scotland, you can find bustling cities like Glasgow and Edinburgh, as well as ancient castles, beautiful mountain landscapes, and untouched beaches. The Highlands are considered one of the most beautiful and romantic regions of Scotland, with its stunning nature and majestic mountain range. There's also the famous deep, freshwater loch, known as Loch Ness, where the famous sightings of Nessie, the mythical legend of a large water monster, has been part of Scottish folklore since 1933. Scotland may be a small country, but it has a big impact on science and technology and was home to innovators such as Alexander Graham Bell, invented the telephone, James Watt invented the steam engine, and John McAdam, civil engineer and inventor of macadamization, an effective and economical way of building roads. Most English literature students are also familiar with Robert Burns, Muriel Spark, and Thomas Carlyle's work. Since the 1980s, Scotland's economy has benefited from the North Sea petroleum and natural gas industries, as well as the emerging high-tech and other economic sectors. Furthermore, agriculture, forestry, and fishing still play an important role and provide jobs for many people who live in the Highlands. Approximately 2/3 of the total UK fish and shellfish catch is handled by Scottish ports. There are 19 universities in Scotland that welcome students from all around the world. They are primarily located in the larger cities like Edinburgh and Glasgow. Some universities have a broad range of courses, while others are more specialized. For example, Abertay University in Dundee is a major hub in the video game industry. The University of Edinburgh, one of Scotland's 4 historic universities, is known for having one of the best medical schools in the world. Researchers at the University of Edinburgh have contributed major medical breakthroughs, including the invention of the hypodermic syringe, finding a cure for scurvy, developing IV therapy, and development of the hepatitis B vaccine. Northern Ireland. In Northern Ireland, you'll find the most magical landscapes. Here, you can tour the Game of Thrones filming sites, drive along the coast to the Giant's Causeway, hit the pubs in Belfast and Derry, or play golf on a world-class golf course. The capital city of Belfast offers a unique blend of modern and traditional life in Northern Ireland. Northern Irish life and culture is significantly impacted by its separation from the Republic of Ireland in the 1920s. Ulster Protestants or Unionists had a strong base in Northern Ireland and wanted to remain with the UK, while Irish Catholics or Nationalists wanted to separate and create the Republic of Ireland. Either way, most people across Northern Ireland enjoy activities like Hollywood movies, football, sports, and popular music. Many people also celebrate holidays such as St. Patrick's Day, Easter, and Halloween. Traditional Irish culture is preserved through institutions like Irish language, Gaelic schools, and the Gaelic Games. The Gaelic Games involve traditional sports, including hurling, handball, and Gaelic football. Primary and secondary schools are either Catholic or Protestant, but educational policies are similar to other UK countries. Northern Ireland is home to 2 universities, Queen's University Belfast and the University of Ulster, which has campuses in Coleraine, Jordanstown, Derry, and Belfast. Wales. Just 2 hours from London, Wales is a country with snow-capped mountains, a rugged coastline, and beautiful valleys. Cardiff is the capital city of Wales and is the main commercial and financial center. Financial services, business services, government, hotels, restaurants, and trade make up more than half of Wales' GDP and almost 2/3 of the national employment. Most of these services are concentrated in Cardiff and other urban areas. Wales' Celtic roots make it unique from other UK countries. Wales has been called the land of the strong since Welsh culture is rooted in oral art forms such as spoken word poetry, written word, and vocal music. There's a large Welsh-speaking population, and children can get Welsh language instruction in primary and secondary schools. All schools have a Welsh language requirement. Wales has high-quality education at all levels from primary to higher education. The school curriculum differs from the English and Scottish school curriculum. England. England is the largest country in the United Kingdom, and it's usually the country people think of when they hear the term UK. England has everything from ancient history to modern urban culture and is home to sites like Stonehenge, Buckingham Palace, Brighton's famous Pebble Beaches, Warwick Castle, the Georgian city of Bath, the Tower of London, and more. England's history has influenced modern life, especially in the arts, government and politics, religion and education. London and the Greater London area extends through much of southeast England and is the political, economic, financial, and cultural center of England. The service sector and financial sectors are very important and provide more than 2/3 of employment in England. More than half of students in England pursue post-secondary education. Post-secondary education in England is regulated by the British government. Some of the world's oldest and most recognized universities are in England, including Oxford and Cambridge. Other popular student cities include Manchester, Liverpool, Leeds, Birmingham, Sheffield, and Bristol. UK weather and climate. The UK has a temperate climate. This means the UK usually gets cool, wet winters and warm, wet summers. And yes, it rains a lot in the UK. Extreme hot and cold temperatures are rare. Not all parts of the UK have the same climate. The mountainous part of northern England and Scotland are generally colder and wetter compared to the southeast part of the country that is drier and slightly warmer. The weather conditions can change considerably on a season-to-season and year-to-year basis. Spring, March to May. In spring, flowers start to bloom, the temperature starts to warm up, and people are happier. But spring is unpredictable. Temperatures range from 5 to 15 degrees Celsius. Yet it could be warmer or cooler depending on the year and the region. A light jacket is a good choice at this time of year. Summer, June to August. In summer, the days get longer and the temperatures get warmer. Temperatures are typically between 15 to 25 degrees Celsius, but it can be warmer, over 30 degrees Celsius. At this time of year, most people choose to wear shorts and a t-shirt. Autumn or fall, September to November. In fall, the days start getting shorter and it starts to get colder. Fall weather can be beautiful before winter arrives. Temperatures usually range from 5 to 15 degrees Celsius. People usually start pulling out their warmer clothes, jackets, and waterproof boots. Winter, December to February. In winter, days are short and temperatures are cold. UK winters are characterized by rain, fog, and sometimes snow. Snow is more likely to occur in northern England and Scotland, but it generally won't last long and won't be more than a few inches. Temperatures are typically about 0 to 7 degrees Celsius. So people wear their hats, mittens, scarves, boots, and warmer jackets. History of the UK. A brief history. The countries that make up what we know now as the United Kingdom each have a rich and complex history dating back in historical records for hundreds of years. The history of the UK is not a single story, but a tapestry of stories of multiple peoples and cultures developing together over time. Human history in the region dates back millennia, consisting primarily of various Celtic peoples by the end of the prehistoric period. In 1707, the Kingdom of England, including Wales, and the Kingdom of Scotland formed the Kingdom of Great Britain. In 1801, Great Britain, with the Kingdom of Ireland, formed a union to create the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. In 1922, part of Ireland seceded, leaving the present-day UK. Today, residents of the UK identify themselves in a variety of ways, including British, English, Scottish, Welsh, Northern Irish, or Irish. However, the official term for a citizen of the UK is British citizen. This brief timeline represents a few of the many important events that shaped the culture and society of the UK we know today. 1096 to 1209. University of Oxford and University of Cambridge are founded. 1689. The Bill of Rights became part of the British Constitution. 1801. The Act of Union officially creates the United Kingdom, England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. 1837 to 1901. Queen Victoria reign begins. The Victorian period encompassed vast changes across Britain, including the Industrial Revolution, and many scientific and cultural discoveries. 1918, the Education Act raised the compulsory schooling age to 14 and abolished all fees in state elementary schools. 1928, the Equal Franchise Act gives women over the age of 21 the right to vote in Britain. 1948, post-war immigration from the Commonwealth begins, representing the beginning of significant immigration to Britain. 1963, new universities open and students get state support. 1965. A comprehensive education system is initiated. More inclusive and comprehensive schools were established. This was the first step toward a comprehensive education system. 1973. Britain joins the European Economic Community, which later became the European Union, EU. 1998. The Human Rights Act is incorporated in Britain, enshrining the rights in the European Convention on Human Rights into domestic law. 2016. The UK votes to leave the EU, an initiative known as Brexit and made official in 2020. A history of migration and human rights. People have been migrating and moving to the UK for centuries. In ancient times, people came from mainland Europe during the Roman Empire and during various invasions. Irish people have also settled in the UK because the island of Great Britain is so close to Ireland. Many Jewish people came to the UK to escape religious persecution on the continent from the late 19th century through the 1930s and World War II. Large numbers of European refugees also came to the UK during the 1940s after World War II. There were large numbers of immigrants who came from the West Indies and South Asia throughout the 1950s and 1960s. According to the 2011 UK government census, about one-third of immigrants come from the Middle East and Asia. One-third come from other European countries. One-fifth are from African countries, and the remaining are from other regions of the world. The majority of the foreign-born population lives in urban areas, with more than half of them residing in Greater London. European Convention. The European Convention on Human Rights, ECHR, protects the human rights of people in the 47 countries that belong to the Council of Europe. The Council of Europe was founded after World War II to protect human rights, rule of law, and to promote democracy. The Council is different from the EU and was founded with a different purpose. It's also much larger, with 47 members versus the EU's 28 members. The Council was set up to promote democracy and protect human rights, whereas the EU was originally set up to promote more specific joint economic and political interests of its members. Despite Brexit, the UK's membership on the Council of Europe remains unchanged. Human Rights Act. The Human Rights Act 1998 outlines the rights and freedoms that everyone in the UK is entitled to. It combines the rights set out in ECHR with domestic British law. The Act was designed to do three things. 1. Allow you to seek justice in a British court. 2. Ensure public bodies respect your rights. Police, courts, hospitals, publicly funded schools, and local authorities. 3. Ensure new laws are compatible with ECHR rights. A history of UK education. In the UK, education is free and compulsory for children ages 5 to 18 and has been since the 1880s. The UK education system is divided into four main areas by age and year in school. Primary school, ages 5 to 11. Secondary school, ages 11 to 16. Further education, ages 16 to 18. Higher education, ages 18 plus. Between the two world wars, students who completed primary school took exams called the 11 plus, which determined where they'd go to secondary school. Students who scored high on their final exams were admitted to grammar schools and would most likely go on to university. Finally, there were students that attended modern schools and were taught a higher level of elementary education. After World War II, comprehensive schools emerged. The 11-plus exams have been phased out in many parts of the UK but remain in use in some areas. There are now state schools and grammar schools which are government-funded and private schools at the secondary level. At the end of secondary school, year 11, students write their General Certificate of Secondary Education, GCSE exams. After secondary school, students can move on to further education or other options such as an apprenticeship. Students are able to leave school in England if they turn 16 years old by the end of summer of that school year, but they're required to fulfill one of the following until they turn 18 years old. Stay in full-time education, for example, college. Begin an apprenticeship. Spend 20 hours or more a week working or volunteering while in part-time studies or training. Students are also able to leave school in Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland when they turn 16 years old. But each country has their own set dates and times of year students can officially leave school. It's best to refer to the UK government website for more information. The UK is home to some of the most recognized and prestigious universities and colleges in the world, which makes it a top choice for international students. The University of Oxford is the oldest English-speaking university. There's evidence teaching took place at Oxford as early as 1096. UK universities have also been at the forefront of technology and innovation. Tony Wren, who studied at the University of Leeds, designed the world's first computerized train schedule in 1963. And Tim Berners-Lee, a computer scientist who studied at the University of Oxford, is credited with inventing the World Wide Web in 1989. In 2018 to 2019, there were 2.3 million students studying at higher education institutions across the UK, both domestic and international. These institutions grant certificates, bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, and doctoral PhD degrees. Higher education in the UK is regulated by the British government to maintain a high standard of excellence. We'll learn more about the current UK education system later in the course. Government and economy. The UK is a constitutional monarchy and parliamentary democracy. Monarchy and democracy. The UK is a constitutional monarchy and parliamentary democracy. This means that the sovereign is the head of state, but they don't have the power to make or pass legislation, and must remain neutral with respect to political matters. The Queen has a limited role in government and parliament, however, she has important ceremonial and formal roles. The Queen can assent to bills passed by Parliament, give audiences to ministers, open and close each session of Parliament, summon new parliaments, and have regular audiences with the Prime Minister where she can express her views on government matters. Parliament is responsible for running the country and creating laws. Government responsibilities. Level of government, Parliament. The government or central parliament is responsible for running the country and managing things day to day. The head of the government is the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is the leader of the political party that wins the most seats in the general election. General elections are held every 5 years in May, with some exceptions. Responsibilities include National Health Service, NHS, police and armed forces, welfare benefits like state pension, UK's energy supply, and taxes. Level of government, National Assemblies. Within the UK, national assemblies were established in Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland between 1998 and 1999. These assemblies took some powers previously held by the Central Parliament. The Central Parliament still has full control over England, which doesn't have a separate regional assembly. Responsibilities in Scotland include health, housing, transport, the environment, agriculture, increasing or decreasing income tax by up to 3 percentage points. Responsibilities in Wales: urban and rural development, economic planning, health, education, transport, tourism, culture, the environment. Responsibilities in Northern Ireland: agriculture, economic development, education, health and social services, the environment. Local government. Local governments are typically restricted to one district within a region. Local governments don't have a lot of legislative powers and must act within the laws set by the Central Parliament. However, they are responsible for a range of community services. Responsibilities include highways and traffic, social services, firefighting, sanitation, housing, parks and recreation, planning, local elections, property taxes, council tax, and education. UK economy. The UK has a highly developed market-oriented economy. The UK has the 7th freest economy in the world and ranks 3rd out of 45 in Europe. It has a nominal GDP, gross domestic product, of 3.0 trillion, and it has a 1.4% annual growth rate. The UK is currently a member of the G7, the G20, the Commonwealth, the International Monetary Fund, NATO, the United Nations, and the World Bank. Finance. The UK, especially London, has traditionally been a world finance center. The financial services industry employs more than 1 million people and is experiencing rapid growth in mid-sized cities including Edinburgh and Leeds. Financial services include banks, insurance companies, pension funds, and home mortgages, and corporate leasing. London also has more foreign banks than any other city in the world. Services. Service industries have grown remarkably and now account for 2/3 of the GDP and 3/4 of total employment. The increase in demand for privately owned goods like cars and washing machines has increased demand for repair, maintenance, and distribution services for these products. Other growing services include hotels and catering, air travel, retail, business support services, computer systems and software, advertising and market research, and finance. Trade. Trade is an important part of the UK's economy. The total value of imports and exports account for nearly half of the country's GDP. The majority of trade happens within the EU, but the United States is the UK's largest trading partner. Primary British exports include machinery, automobiles and transport equipment, electrical and electronic equipment, chemicals, and oil. Natural resources. Agriculture and natural resources only employ about 2% of the population, and these industries are small or in decline with the exception of energy. The UK has relatively large energy resources, including natural gas, coal, and oil. The discovery of oil in the North Sea helped the UK become virtually self-sufficient in oil, and they quickly began developing oil exploitation. The UK is now an oil exporter. In 2018 to 2019, there were 485,645 international students studying in the UK. Over 143,000 of them were from the EU, and 342,620 were non-EU. Total international student numbers in the UK increased by 5% between 2011 to 2012 and 2017 to 2018. Education and the UK economy. International students contribute greatly to the UK economy. In 2020 and 2021, there were 605,130 international students studying at institutions across the country. Most of these students came from outside the EU. According to a 2018 report from the UK's Migration Advisory Committee, the Department for Education estimates their export value at £17.6 billion. International students contribute directly to the local economy by spending money on tuition fees, living expenses, and having their friends and family come visit them. They also provide a vital source of income for the higher education institutions directly. Students may also opt to extend their visa to stay and work in the UK after graduation. Brexit. In 2016, Britain held a referendum to leave the European Union. The term given to the sought-after agreement is Brexit. Britain plus exit equals Brexit. After 4 years, the UK officially separated from the EU in January 2020. Brexit outlines how the UK and EU will work, live, and trade together now that the UK can set its own trade policies. Some of the key changes are as follows. No safety check and restrictions on some products being imported. Businesses that offer services such as banking, accounting, and architecture will lose their automatic right of access to EU markets. Professional qualifications like doctors won't be automatically recognized. UK nationals will need a visa to stay in the EU for longer than 90 days. A new UK global health insurance card. The UK will gradually get a greater share of fish from its own waters. The UK is no longer obliged to comply with data protection standards set by the EU. EU and Swiss students will have to pay international fees. Summary. In this section, you learned about why
Right, so it was about UK, the government.
Summary. In this section, you learned about why.
Um, Right, so it was about the why you have to select a study in the UK, people and culture, the UK regions and climate, the history of the UK, and the government and economy. That information. So I'm going to summarize the information that we have studied so far. Right, so you've learned about the international students, why international students chose to live and study in the UK. So you've learned about its people, culture, history, and economy. And the key points to remember: there are many reasons why students choose to study in the UK, such as flexible program options, affordable education, and earning internationally recognized qualifications, all while enjoying a high quality of life. Different countries in the UK offer different cultural experiences and educational opportunities. From the mountains in Wales to Scottish Highlands to big city life in London, England, there's something for everyone. The UK has been shaped by its history, government, and economy, and it's a strong global power where students can receive a top tier education. So it's very important. You get to know about all this stuff, so then you can better face these interviews, and you know exactly how to plan your future in the UK. So let's now watch about some information about university. I'm going to share you information about a university in the UK. So okay, so if you want to learn about primary and secondary education, let's do that. Oh, okay, let's see this first.
When do students start their education in the UK? What are the key stages students have to complete before heading off to college or university? In this video, we'll learn about primary and secondary schools in the UK. Students typically begin their education at age 5 and graduate by age 16. Primary and secondary education is divided into 4 key stages that include early and primary years to year 11. Usually around the ages of 15 to 16, students graduate after they've completed their national assessment tests and earn their General Certificate of Secondary Education, or a GCSE. The UK's education system is highly regarded around the world. Educational institutions are regulated and inspected to maintain standards by the Department for Education and the Office for Standards in Education, Ofsted. A similar curriculum is followed across the UK, except for Scotland, and each country has their own government who is responsible for maintaining the high standards of education across their nation. We'll discuss Scotland's education system later in the training. Now let's take a closer look at each key stage of education. In Key Stage 1, students ages 5 to 7 years old are introduced to basic knowledge and subjects: math, English, history, geography, science, music, and physical education. At the end of this stage, students complete their standard assessment tests that measure their development in math, science, and English. In the next stage, students ages 7 to 11 years old gain more knowledge in core subjects, and the curriculum becomes more in-depth. At the end of this stage, they'll complete national assessment tests that measure their levels in English, including reading ability, grammar, punctuation, and spelling. Students are also tested in math. By stage 3, students ages 11 to 14 start preparing for their GCSE national qualifications. The curriculum still focuses on basic subjects covered in earlier stages, but also includes art and design, modern foreign languages, design technology, and computing. Students ages 14 to 16 are required to take core and foundation subjects in Stage 4. Students must take one subject of each of the following: humanities, modern foreign languages, arts, and design and technology. Most students will also take national assessments to prepare for their GCSE or other national qualifications.
Types of primary and secondary schools in the UK. Academic excellence at all levels of education across the UK is embedded in its cultural history and international reputation. The UK is known for academic excellence at all levels of education. Educational practices might differ slightly from country to country in the UK, but its popularity as a study destination remains the same. Students have a variety of options for schooling in the UK. State schools. UK state schools are funded by their local authority or directly from the government and provide free education to UK students. State schools don't accept international students unless the student is a dependent accompanying an adult international student. There are different types of state schools. Community schools follow the national curriculum. Foundation and voluntary schools, funded by the local authority and are sometimes supported by religious groups. Academies and free schools have the freedom to follow a different curriculum. Grammar schools includes a test to get in and selects students based on academic ability. Faith schools, schools that are affiliated with religious groups, most commonly the Church of England and the Roman Catholic Church. Private schools. Private schools or independent schools charge tuition fees and don't have to follow the national curriculum. Private schools are registered with the government and are inspected regularly. Some private schools offer study opportunities for special needs students. International students can apply to study at independent schools. Children who aren't accompanied by their parents can enter the UK as long as they're in compliance with Children's Student Visa or Student Visa regulations if they wish to attend an independent school, sixth form college, or further education institution. Boarding schools. Both state boarding schools and independent boarding schools must meet strict government standards in academic and teaching quality. International and UK students can attend boarding schools. Education at UK state boarding schools is free, but there are fees for boarding. Independent boarding schools charge tuition and boarding fees. Some students may only attend a boarding school during the day and return home to their families after school. Students' adaptability and need for boarding is assessed by the schools. Many boarding schools are century-old buildings with a combination of traditional and modern architecture. Students room with other students in a boarding house with communal areas, or there might be separate boarding houses on campus. A wide range of subject areas are offered at boarding schools, including English, math, literature, foreign languages, science, history, geography, and drama. Faith-based schools. Faith-based schools have to follow the national curriculum, but they can choose what religious studies they want to teach and often have different admission criteria. Faith academies, however, don't have to teach the national curriculum and have their own admission process. The UK Council for International Student Affairs, UKCISA. The UKCISA is a membership organization and national advisory board that supports international students and provides training and guidance to schools, colleges, universities, and students' unions. International students and all those who work closely with international students can stay on top of current legislation and regulations, as well as immigration rules and fees. They also offer a helpline for international students and parents, and provide websites, e-news updates, and additional online resources. UKCISA provides resources on the following: working and living in the UK, student support, fees and money information, information about Brexit, visa and immigration information, and preparation and arrival.
we're talking about further education, a really important step in a student's education in the UK that occurs between finishing secondary school and moving on to post-secondary options like university. After students earn their GCSE, they move on to further education. This is comparable to grades 12 and 13 in Canada and the US. At this time, students can either choose to find work or continue their education by pursuing academic or vocational qualifications. Admission to further education programs is based on their GCSE scores. Academic qualifications are required for admission directly into university, while vocational qualifications provide more hands-on experiences that'll help students move directly into the workforce. Most international students pursue academic programs so they can gain admittance to a degree program. Students who've completed their secondary education can enter either sixth form or sixth form colleges. Sixth form colleges offer academic, technical, and professional courses for students aged 16 to 18 who want to progress to university or higher level vocational education. Typically, the sixth form program is 2 years long and consists of A-levels. A-levels are a 2-year program that focus on a specific area of study and are usually taken by students who want to pursue higher education, like university. The IB program prepares students for an easier transition from sixth form to university. It teaches them important higher education study skills like essay writing, research techniques, and productive reading skills. IB programs tend to be more challenging than A-levels. Students often write exams in both A-levels and IB programs. The IB program, however, also assesses student knowledge through an extended essay about a specific topic, an essay about the nature of knowledge, and 150 hours of creativity, activity, and service tasks. Both A-levels and IB programs effectively prepare students for university.
Further education. Students move on to further education, FE, after completing their secondary school education and earn their GCSE. Students can leave school in England if they turn 16 years old by the end of summer of that school year, but they're required to fulfill one of the following until they turn 18 years old. Stay in full-time education, for example, college. Begin an apprenticeship. Spend 20 hours or more a week working or volunteering while in part-time studies or training. Admission to further education programs is based on GCSE scores. Academic qualifications such as A-levels are required for university admission, while vocational qualifications provide more hands-on experiences that'll help students move directly into the workforce. Here are some of the options students have for further education. A-levels. Students between 16 to 18 years old who've completed their secondary education can enter either sixth form or sixth form colleges. Sixth form is the final 2 years of secondary education. Students typically spend these 2 years preparing for A-level or International Baccalaureate (IB) exams. Sixth form may also be called Key Stage 5. A-levels, advanced level, are 2-year programs and are usually taken by students who want to pursue higher education. There are no compulsory A-level subjects, so students can choose subjects that interest them or will prepare them for their future studies or careers. Most students study 3 A-level subjects, but they can take as many as 5. A-levels are a common entry requirement for UK universities. International Baccalaureate, IB. The International Baccalaureate IB program is similar to A-levels, but different in structure. The IB program is more suited for students who've yet to decide on a specific subject. It prepares students for an easier transition from sixth form to university because it teaches them important higher education study skills, such as essay writing, research techniques, and productive reading skills. The IB program also assesses students' knowledge through an extended essay about a specific topic, an essay about the nature of knowledge, and 150 hours of creativity, activity, and service tasks, CAS. Students are also encouraged to incorporate outside learning and personal development into their academic studies. IB programs tend to be more challenging as opposed to A levels, which are at a standard level of difficulty. Students often write exams in both A level and IB programs. Vocational qualifications. Students who pursue their vocational qualifications can still get into university depending on the program and requirements. Some of the most popular vocational qualifications are as follows. Business and Technology Education Council Awards, BTECs. These are vocational and work-related courses that provide students the opportunity to pursue further and higher education. Most universities accept BTECs as an equivalent to A-level courses for some subjects. T-levels. T-levels are new courses which students can access after completing their GCSEs. These 2-year courses were developed in collaboration with industry employers to prepare students for work or future studies. T-levels mix classroom time and 315 hours, approximately 45 days, of on-the-job training. National Vocational Qualifications, NVQs, or Scottish Vocational Qualifications, SVQs. NVQs and SVQs are practical, work-related training for specific jobs, such as plumbing or hairdressing. These programs usually take 1 or 2 years to complete. NVQs are no longer included in the UK's Regulated Qualification Framework, RQF, but previously achieved qualifications are still widely recognized by employers and individuals. Virtually all NVQs will have been converted into awards, certificates, or diplomas. Scotland's equivalent of this award are the SVQs and are still available for students. Graduation. After completing secondary school, UK students might have a celebration of achievement or prom, but no formal graduation ceremony. Gown and cap graduation ceremonies and official commencements usually take place after the completion of higher education. There were 14,042% graduates in the UK between July and September 2017. Of these graduates, 7,021% had A-level qualifications or equivalent, and the other 7 million had A to C-level GCSE qualifications. There has been a steady increase in UK graduates over the past 10 years. There are numerous options for pursuing higher education for UK and international students, but getting into the various schools is competitive. The key to getting into your program and school of choice is to apply early and ensure all academic requirements are met. It's also a good idea to find out when the intake officially opens, and applications can be submitted to prevent having to put an application on hold. Each university and college may have different intake periods, program options, requirements, and qualifications. Scotland's education system. Scotland is one of the most beautiful places to study in the world. The scenery is breathtaking, and there are a variety of schools, both in urban and rural areas, that attract students because of the rich cultural heritage and high-quality academics. Similar to the UK, Scotland has numerous private and boarding schools. Fees for private and boarding schools vary from school to school. Although Scotland is part of the UK, the Scottish Government has legislative control over its education system. Scotland follows their own curriculum called Curriculum of Excellence, CFE, and provides free education to all children living in Scotland. The curriculum is for students ages 3 to 18 years old and divided into 2 stages, broad general education and senior phase. Children learn interdisciplinary and development skills and are encouraged to strive for personal achievement. There are 4 main capacities fostered throughout the curriculum: successful learners, confident individuals, responsible citizens, and effective contributors. There are no key stages in Scotland's curriculum like there are in the UK national curriculum. Instead, there are 5 levels of education: early, first, second, third, and fourth. Children complete 7 years of primary school education from preschool to P1, which are part of the early, first, and second levels. Secondary school is an additional 6 years of education and makes up the third and fourth levels. The senior phase builds upon the broad general education and includes S4 to S6, college and university. Broad general. The broad general education in Scotland begins at the early level and continues through to the end of the third year, S3, of secondary school. There are 8 curriculum areas. Each area is based on a set of statements known as experience and outcomes, E's and O's. Expressive arts, health and well-being, languages, including Gaelic, and modern languages, mathematics, religious and moral education, sciences, social studies, and technologies. Scotland also has benchmarks to ensure transparency of the national standards expected in each curriculum level. Students complete Scottish National Standardized Assessments, SNSAs, in reading, writing, and numeracy to demonstrate their progression and ensure they have achieved the expected outcomes. This assessment was brought in as part of the National Improvement Framework for Scottish Education to provide teachers with accurate data on student learning and progression. In addition to the benchmarks and SNSAs, teachers meet to discuss student learning. All of this data is collected by the government to use as statistical evidence on how well students are progressing throughout Scotland's education system. Senior phase. The senior phase of Scotland's education system is for students ages 16 to 18 years old in levels S4 to S6. This is when students develop a portfolio of qualifications and continue to enhance and build upon their skills of the 4 capacities. At this level of the curriculum, students further evolve in their attributes and capabilities as follows. Students will expand in their specialization, depth, and rigor. It prepares students to achieve qualifications to the highest level they are capable. It helps students to continue to develop skills for learning, life, and work. It provides a range of activities to develop the 4 capacities. It supports students to achieve a positive and sustained destination. Students also continue to broaden their achievements in the experiences and outcomes they developed in their general education. To ensure students succeed, schools design and deliver a 3-year senior phase in a joint partnership with colleges, universities, employers, community learning and development, CLD, and parents. Scottish Credit and Qualifications Framework, SCQF. Scottish National Qualifications, SNQs, and Assessments. The Nationals are qualifications equivalent to the GCSEs throughout the UK. Students begin studying for their N5 qualifications in 4th year. The Scottish National 4 qualifications don't include formal exams but rely on continuous assessment. Entry requirements for higher education are awarded by grades A to C in the National Qualifications Higher, also known as the gold standard, awarded at the end of S5, or advanced higher level exams, awarded at the end of S6. These are set by the Scottish Qualifications Authority, SQA. Higher National Certificates, HNCs, and Higher National Diplomas, HNDs, were developed in Scotland in partnership with universities and colleges, and include a range of course subjects. These qualifications provide skills required in the workforce as well as the knowledge required for Scottish vocational qualifications, SVQs. HNCs and HNDs can also lead to direct entry into a 2nd or 3rd year degree program. HNCs typically take 1 year to complete, and HNDs usually take 2 years to complete. The Scottish Credit and Qualifications Framework, SCQF, supports lifelong learning through education and training in schools, further education, employment, and higher education. It helps people understand how qualifications connect, contribute to improving skills in the workforce, and increase opportunities to transfer credit points between qualifications. The SCQF also helps understand the correlation between Scottish and UK qualifications, and specifies opportunities for international progression. There are 19 universities in Scotland and several colleges that offer degree courses or vocational programs. Most undergraduate degrees take 4 years to complete at the university level, while college courses taken at the HNC level take 1 year, and HND courses take 2 years to complete. Some colleges are partnered with universities to allow entry into the upper years of a degree program. SCQF Level 7, Qualifications, Certificate of Higher Education. SCQF Level 8, Qualifications, Diploma of Higher Education. SCQF Level 9, Qualifications, Bachelor's Degree, Graduate Diploma, Graduate Certificate. SCQF Level 10, Qualifications, Honors Degree, Graduate Diploma, Graduate Certificate. SCQF Level 11, Qualifications, Master's Degree, Integrated Master's Degree, Postgraduate Diploma, Postgraduate Certificate. SCQF Level 12, Qualifications, Doctoral Degree. Summary. In this section, you learned about the UK primary, secondary, and further education systems, the different types of schools available, and the school curriculums. Here are some key points to remember. There are many types of primary and secondary schools in the UK, but international students can't enroll at state schools. They can only apply to attend private schools. Primary school includes years 1 to 6, key stages 1 and 2. Core subjects include maths, English, and science. Secondary school includes years 7 to 11, key stages 3 and 4. Students still focus on maths, English, and science as core subjects, but they are also introduced to new subjects like art and design, computing, humanities, and citizenship. Students write their GCSE exams at the end of secondary school. All students must remain in education until they are 18 years old. After students complete their GCSEs, they can move on to further education full-time. For example, A-levels at a sixth form college, start an apprenticeship or traineeship, or work or volunteer for 20 hours per week while in part-time education. Scotland's education system differs from the rest of the UK, including primary and secondary school stages, the Scottish Credit and Qualifications Framework, and higher education requirements. Higher education in the UK. The UK is known for being home to some of the top higher education institutions in the world. An introduction to UK higher education. Some of the world's most prestigious universities and colleges are located in the UK, and almost 50,000 undergraduate course options are available across the nation. Innovative teaching and critical thinking are two of the top reasons why international students are drawn to studying abroad at UK educational institutions. Most undergraduate degrees in the UK are 3-year programs, but there are also 4-year programs. These 4-year programs are also known as sandwich degrees or years and include a 1-year work placement, internship, or opportunity for professional training. These program options vary from school to school and might include different types of work experience opportunities and study abroad options. There are some shorter undergraduate programs available, such as Level 4 and 5 certificate courses, which usually take 1 or 2 years to complete. Honors bachelor's degrees are a Level 6 qualification. We'll talk about the UK's regulated framework of qualifications later in this module. Master's degree programs generally take 1 year to complete, but the study duration depends on the type of master's degree the student pursues. For example, a Master of Philosophy, MPhil, is a research-based master's program that usually takes 2 years to complete, while some integrated master's degrees could take up to 5 years to complete. An integrated master's degree program combines 3 years of undergraduate study with an additional 4th year at the postgraduate level. Students can also integrate their master's with some PhD programs. We'll learn more about the details of higher education degrees later in the module. It's important to know that Scotland offers a degree called Scottish Masters of Arts. This undergraduate degree shouldn't be confused with a postgraduate master's. Regulated Qualifications Framework, RQF. In England, Wales, and Northern Ireland, post-secondary education is divided into 9 qualification levels, from entry level to level 8. The levels are structured by the Regulated Qualifications Framework, RQF, which outlines the qualifications and difficulty of each level. The learning expectations and outcomes are much higher and the qualifications more difficult as you proceed through each level. Scotland has 12 levels that are set by the Scottish Credit and Qualifications Framework, SCQF. In the UK, Education Level 1 is a qualification usually achieved in years 10 and 11. Sometimes, students are required to take an entry-level qualification to get into Level 1, especially if they're interested in learning a new subject, new language, or want to enter formal education. To proceed to the next level of qualifications, students must generally complete the previous level. However, students can proceed to a Level 6 once they've completed their A-levels, International Baccalaureate, IB, or Business and Technology Education Council Awards, BTECs. Levels 4 and 5 encompass more of the vocational and foundation qualifications. Students at these levels sometimes want to move directly into the workforce or an apprenticeship. Other students might need to upgrade or add additional qualifications to their previous ones to get into a UK university or college course, Level 6. Levels 7 and 8 include postgraduate education, such as master's or doctorate degrees. Here are detailed descriptions of each level of the Regulated Qualifications Framework, RQF, for England, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Entry-level qualifications. Entry-level award, entry-level certificate, ELC, entry-level diploma, ELD, entry-level English for speakers of other languages, ESOL, entry-level essential skills, entry-level functional skills, and skills for life. Level 1 qualifications, GCSE grades D to G, Level 1 certificate, Level 1 diploma, and Level 1 award. Level 2 qualifications, GCSE grades A to C, BTEC firsts, intermediate apprenticeships, Level 2 certificate, Level 2 diploma, and Level 2 award. Level 3 qualifications, A-levels, BTEC nationals, International Baccalaureate, advanced apprenticeships, Level 3 certificate, Level 3 diploma, Level 3 award, Level 3 NVQ. Level 4 qualifications, Higher National Certificate, HNC, Certificate of Higher Education, Cert HE, Higher Apprenticeships, Level 4 certificate, Level 4 diploma, Level 4 award, Level 4 NVQ. Level 5 qualifications, Diploma of Higher Education, DIP-HE, Foundation Degree, Higher National Diploma, HND, Level 5 Certificate, Level 5 Diploma, Level 5 Award, and Level 5 NVQ. Level 6 qualifications, Bachelor's Degree with Honors, Degree Apprenticeship, Graduate Certificate, Graduate Diploma, Ordinary Degree without Honors, Level 6 Certificate, Level 6 Diploma, Level 6
for you. So you
Award,
can
Level
contact us.
6
The numbers
NVQ,
displayed on the
Level
screen are
7
available
qualifications,
24/7.
Master's
We
degree,
have
Integrated Master's degree,
an access to
Postgraduate
these
Certificate
lines, so
in
you can contact
Education,
us on
PGCE,
these numbers on
Postgraduate
WhatsApp.
Certificate,
Wherever you
Postgraduate
go in the
Diploma,
world, we
Level
have
7
the systems
Certificate,
in
Level
place to
7
support
Diploma,
you
Level
how
7
to get into the
Award,
UK
and
education
Level 7
system. And if you're
NVQ.
not sure
Level 8
about where to
Qualifications,
start
Doctorate,
and what
PhD,
is your
Level 8
qualification, or if
Certificate,
you want to
Level 8
plan
Diploma,
ahead.
and
For
Level 8
example, some of
Award.
the students who have completed GCSEs are trying to plan their further education abroad. So for those, we have a helpline that is available, so you can contact all these numbers. We are here to support you all the way in assessing your current qualifications, any of the previous qualifications that you have completed, and depending on your work experiences. And the knowledge of English is also very important when you want to start studying in the UK. So these qualifications, now today we have discussed a lot of information about the education system in the UK. So sometimes it's maybe it's not you do not understand sometimes how this works, and maybe it's too much information, but it's okay. That's why we are here to support you. We have helped thousands of students across 14 different countries to come and study in the UK, so we can help you too. So it's just a matter of you sending a message on WhatsApp to these numbers displayed on the screen, and a member of our team will get back to you about your assessing your current qualifications, experiences, and the knowledge of English, and then we can get you the perfect process designed for you to cater your requirements, and we will get you enrolled to the suitable university or college that we are working with. We work with almost all the universities in the UK, so we can place you all these depending on your circumstances, the budget, the education qualifications that you already have, and we can support you all the way. So if you now, for example, I can get you this information. There's lots of information. If you want to get to know all this information, you can contact me. I'm available on social media platforms. It's just a matter of click a message away. I am a message away from you, so get me information, or the if you have any questions about how and whether you are eligible to apply for these courses, then just put a message and I will get back to you about what is your options are. Right, so let's listen to the rest of the thing. Yeah.
Higher education.
Yeah, okay. So these RQF qualifications are very important. So when you are someone who's already in the UK and trying to get into a job or apply to extend your visa, then it's very important that you gain a RQF qualification, because the UK visas and immigration now demand qualifications for jobs. So you need to complete a qualification in RQF qualification for the level that you are applying, if you are applying as a skilled worker in the UK. So it's very important that you understand the RQF qualifications and what level is required for that particular job level code, and then gain your qualification before you are applying for the visas or any extensions. Right, so let's continue to see the rest of the training. But if you're not sure about where to start your journey to study abroad, I am here. My team is here to help you. You can click on askcitypereira.com and get information about our services, and a member of our team will get back to you about your inquiry, and we are here to support you. We do not charge any money for our consultation to get into a university for you, so we will do entire process perfectly from the start to finish, coming to the UK as a international student and airport pickup, and also finding part-time jobs, finding accommodation. We can assist you throughout the process. So if you're someone from any part of the world, you can contact us to get into higher education options, right? Okay, so let's listen to what are the other the information about post-secondary education. Okay, so further education in the UK, so universities and colleges we are going to talk about. So it's a long journey, but it's okay. Let's listen to further information. So knowledge is power. So it's very important that you get all this knowledge available so that you can make an informed decision, a perfect decision about your future. And if you're someone who wants some sort of support or the consultation or information to make decisions, so tell your parents as well that rctpereira.com is online on social media platforms. Every day I come on live on my social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn, so that I can get you information that you need to make an informed decision, so you know what you're doing. So that's what information is the key. So when you get all this information, when you understand how the education system works and what is the qualification that you need to have in order to get into the higher education, I am here to support you all the way. If you're a parent who's watching this live, yes, you can get an idea about the education system, and this information are very useful. So and if you still find it difficult to digest this information, and you need personalized support, then the numbers displayed on the screen are available 24/7, 365 days a year. We can support you. Okay, let's listen to this rest of the presentation.
Program types and designations. Students in the UK can earn different qualifications and designations depending on their course of study. After students complete their General Certificate of Secondary Education (GCSEs) in Year 11, they can pursue various pathways to continue their education. Students can take a career-focused pathway and earn certificates and vocational qualifications, or they can take an academic-focused route and attend university. Qualifications and designations. There are a wide range of qualifications and designations offered to students in the UK post-secondary education system. The qualifications students earn depends on the type of program they're enrolled in and type of post-secondary institution they study at. Further education qualifications either prepare students for higher education or qualify students for a career in a specific industry or sector. For example, Scottish Highers are advanced subject-based qualifications that are an admissions requirement for most university courses, whereas National Vocational Qualifications, NVQs, or Scottish Vocational Qualifications, SVQs, are practical, work-related training for specific jobs. Degrees are typically granted by universities after completing an academic program at the higher education level. Bachelor's degrees are awarded after 3 to 4 years of full-time study. Once a student completes a bachelor's degree, they can pursue a master's degree, which leads to further specialization in the student's chosen field of study. Master's degrees are typically 1 to 2 years in duration and can be course-based depending on the program. Master's degrees are usually either course-based or research-based. Doctorate or PhD programs are typically research-based. Students usually require a research supervisor at the university they're applying to. A PhD is the highest university degree awarded at most universities globally. The UK education system. Academic qualifications. The academic or vocational qualification students earn depends on their course of study. Further education or vocational education offers a wide variety of programs for students coming directly from secondary school or for mature students seeking new qualifications. Students choose the college route instead of university to become employable in a shorter amount of time. Further education college courses usually take 1 to 2 years of full-time studies. Students wishing to study a more academically focused course may study at a higher education institution in the UK. Universities in the UK are consistently ranked high among the world's best educational institutions and have established a strong reputation for academic and research excellence. Students can choose from a wide range of courses that match their interests and career goals in either academic or professional fields. Academic level, further education, qualification awarded, A-levels or Scottish Highers. Advanced level subject-based qualifications that lead to university, further study, training, or work. A-levels or Scottish Highers are an admissions requirement for most university courses. The course length is 2 years. The type of institution is school or sixth form college. Academic level, further education. Qualification awarded, Higher National Certificate, HNC, and Higher National Diploma, HND. HNCs and HNDs are courses that focus on learning by doing and are career-focused. These qualifications are highly valued by employer and professional bodies. Course length, certificate 1 year, diploma 2 years. Type of institution, college. Academic level, further education. Qualifications, Business and Technology Education Council, BTEC diploma. BTECs are for those who want to explore a specific industry or sector. They can be taken alongside academic qualifications as part of a wider program, for example, an apprenticeship or a standalone program. The course length is 1 to 2 years. The institution is a school or college. Academic level, further education. Qualifications awarded. National Vocational Qualifications, NVQs, or Scottish Vocational Qualifications, SVQs. NVQs and SVQs are practical, work-related training for specific jobs such as plumbing or hairdressing. Course length, 1 year, and the institution is a school, college, or workplace. Academic level, further education. Qualifications awarded, T-levels. T-levels are new as of September 2020 for students in England. They have the same standards as apprenticeships. Students will get a 45-day industry work placement of 1,800 hours of academic study. T-levels are suited for those who know what industry they'd like to enter. Course length, 2 years. Institution, college, and workplace. Academic level, further education. Qualifications awarded. City and Guild qualifications. These are technical or vocational qualifications that are internationally and industry recognized. Qualifications may be earned through apprenticeships, NVQs, traineeships, or single subject qualifications. Course length, 1 to 2 years. Institution, school, college, or workplace. Academic level, higher education. Qualifications awarded. Bachelor's degree, undergraduate. Bachelor's degrees focus on 1 or 2 subjects, dual or joint honors, in depth. It combines academic theory and practice. Those with bachelor's degrees tend to be seen as more employable and make more money after they graduate. Course length, 3 to 4 years. Institution, university. Academic level, higher education. Qualifications awarded. Master's degree, postgraduate. After a bachelor's degree, students can take a master's degree or an integrated master's, where they can further specialize in their subject of interest. Masters may be subject, teaching, or research focused, depending on the course. Course length, 1 to 2 years. Institution, university. Upon graduation from university, students receive a specific class of degree depending on their grades. For example, students who achieve a grade average above 70% graduate with a first-class honors, first degree. Employers may consider the degree class, especially for the student's first job out of university. The degree class may also influence what master's and postgraduate courses students can apply for and be accepted to if they choose to go that route. Degree class, first-class honors, first, the highest honors degree awarded. Grade average 70% plus. Degree class upper second class honors 2-1. The higher level of a second class degree. Grade average 60 to 70%. Degree class lower second class honors 2-2. The lower level of a second class degree. Grade average 50 to 60%. Third class honors third. The lowest level of honors degree awarded. Grade average 40 to 50%. Ordinary degree. If an honors student misses third class by a small margin, they may be awarded an ordinary degree, which means without honors. Grade average less than 40%.
We've already learned that the UK's education system is respected globally and draws students in from around the world. In the UK, colleges and universities aren't the same thing, but rather two different levels of higher education. Both are highly ranked among the world's best educational institutions. A university is an educational institution that has the legal right to issue higher education degrees, whereas a college offers further education courses that prepare students who want to move directly into the workplace, or who require specific qualifications to enter a university course. But how do students choose what's right for them? First, let's talk about what exactly a UK university degree means. UK universities grant a full range of degrees, including bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degrees. Bachelor's degrees typically take 3 years to complete, and a master's degree usually takes 1 year. However, in Scotland, a bachelor's degree usually takes 4 years to complete. UK universities are ranked as some of the best in the world. Universities are ranked based on academics, teaching, research opportunities, employability, city, and overall student satisfaction. On the other hand, college courses often include vocational courses, foundation courses, higher national certificate or diploma courses, and international baccalaureate courses. College courses are designed to help students reach a certain skill level or gain knowledge in a particular field of interest. This can equip students to help them find a job more easily or help them prepare for university. Universities tend to focus on practice and theory. Colleges are more focused on providing students with practical skills. Some of the most popular college programs that students choose to study in college are education, arts and media, and technology. Students choose the college route instead of a university route to become employable in a shorter amount of time. Further education college courses usually take 1 to 2 years of full-time studies. International students come from all over the world to study in the UK. Students are attracted to the world-renowned schools, research opportunities, and vibrant student life. Many students choose to study in the UK because of the shorter programs and variety of qualifications. Master's degrees and postgraduate research typically takes 12 months full-time, whereas in other countries it can take 2 to 3 years to complete. There are also options for other qualifications, such as postgraduate certificates or diplomas. These are more flexible and take 15 to 30 weeks to complete, depending on the course. Credits earned for a postgraduate certificate or diploma course can often be applied towards a master's degree. Students can also complete PhD courses at UK universities in as little as 3 years after their master's. There are many reasons why international students choose to study at colleges instead of universities. Class sizes tend to be smaller with flexible study options, such as online or part-time, and more individual support. There are also some opportunities for students to potentially transfer some credits depending on the course.
UK universities are UK universities are consistently ranked high among the world's best educational institutions and have established a strong reputation for academic and research excellence. UK universities grant a full range of degrees, including bachelor's, master's, and PhD's doctorate degrees. Degrees earned at the UK universities are respected and recognized internationally and are comparable to degrees awarded by universities in Canada, the United States, Australia, and other OECD countries. Most degree programs are shorter in the UK than in Canada, the United States, or Australia. Bachelor's degrees typically take 3 years to complete, and master's degrees typically take 1 year. In Scotland, a bachelor's degree usually takes 4 years to complete. A sandwich year or degree is a bachelor's degree that includes a work placement after second year or study abroad option. As such, a sandwich degree will often extend a bachelor's degrees to 4 years. Sandwich years are becoming more popular for students who want to improve their chances of acquiring full-time employment after graduation, particularly with their placement company. Students can also earn other postgraduate qualifications at UK universities. Be sure to check University and Colleges Admissions Service (UCAS) website for specific entry requirements for each program. Or if you want more details, I am here to support you. You can contact me on this numbers displayed on the screen. You can contact us on WhatsApp. We are here to get you all the information that you need to make an informed decision about your further education, higher education in the UK.
Universities and colleges. UK universities are consistently ranked high among the world's best educational institutions and have established a strong reputation for academic and research excellence. UK universities grant a full range of degrees, including bachelor's, master's, and doctorate (PhD) degrees. Degrees earned at UK universities are respected and recognized internationally and are comparable to degrees awarded by universities in Canada, the United States, Australia, and other OECD countries. Most degree programs are shorter in the UK than in Canada, the United States, or Australia. Bachelor's degrees typically take 3 years to complete, and master's degrees typically take 1 year. In Scotland, a bachelor's degree usually takes 4 years to complete. A sandwich year or degree is a bachelor's degree that includes a work placement after second year or a study abroad option. As such, a sandwich degree will often extend a bachelor's degree to 4 years. Sandwich years are becoming more popular for students who want to improve their chances of acquiring full-time employment after graduation, particularly with their placement company. Students can also earn other postgraduate qualifications at UK universities. Be sure to check the University and College's Admissions Service, UCAS, website for specific entry requirements for each program. Some courses might require previous qualifications at a certain level and/or work experience. Here are some of the postgraduate course options that are available. Postgraduate certificates and diplomas. Performing arts, teacher training, taught masters, masters by research, Doctor of Philosophy or doctorate, PhD, Masters in Business Administration, MBA, professional qualifications, professional status and accreditation, and law qualifications. UK University Rankings. UK universities are ranked as some of the best in the world. In fact, 4 out of the top 10 universities worldwide are in the UK, and 18 are in the top 100. Universities are ranked based on the following criteria: academics, teaching, research opportunities, employability, city, and overall student satisfaction. University of Oxford, UK ranking 1, world ranking 4, number of international students 33%, tuition per year £27,840 to £39,010. University of Cambridge, UK ranking 2, world ranking 7, number of international students 33%, tuition per year £23,340 to £60,942. University College London, UCL, UK ranking 3, world ranking 8, number of international students 51%, tuition per year £21,600 to £31,200. Imperial College London, UK ranking 4, world ranking 9, number of international students 52%, tuition per year £34,000 to £46,650. University of Edinburgh, UK ranking 5, world ranking 20, number of international students 59%, tuition per year £22,000 to £32,100. International students in the UK. International students come from all over the world to study at higher education institutes across the UK. Students are attracted to the world-renowned schools, research opportunities, and vibrant student life. There were over 600,000 international students studying in the UK as of 2022. Postgraduate studies in the UK. Over 45% of international students go to the UK to complete a postgraduate degree. Many students choose to study in the UK because of the shorter programs and variety of qualifications. Master's degrees in postgraduate research typically takes 12 months full-time, whereas in other countries it can take 2 to 3 years to complete. There are also options for other qualifications such as postgraduate certificates or diplomas, which are more flexible and take 15 to 30 weeks to complete depending on the course. Credits earned for a postgraduate certificate or diploma course can often be applied toward a master's degree. Students can also complete PhD courses at UK universities in as little as 3 years after their master's. In 2019 to 2020, the most popular courses were in business and management, as well as medicine-related subjects such as nursing, pharmacy, anatomy, and social sciences. Unique programs. While demand for business, technology, and professional programs remains high, UK higher education institutions offer many different courses beyond traditional academic or professional courses such as chemistry, sociology, and English literature. If students are looking to pursue a career in something less traditional, they can check out some of the unique courses that are offered at UK universities. Contemporary Circus with Physical Theatre, BA Honours at Bath Spa University. Hair, Makeup and Prosthetics for Performance, BA Honours at London College of Fashion. Game Design and Production, BA Honours at Abertay University. Sexual Health, BSc Honours at University of Central Lancashire. Viking and Old Norse Studies, BA at UCL. Brewing and Distilling, BSc Honours at Heriot-Watt University. Cruise Management, BSc Honours at University of Plymouth. UK colleges. Colleges and universities aren't the same thing in the UK. A university is an educational institution that has the legal right to issue higher education degrees, whereas a college offers further education courses that prepare students who want to move directly into the workforce, or who require specific qualifications to enter a university course. College courses often include vocational courses, foundation courses, higher national certificate or diploma courses, HNCs or HNDs, and International Baccalaureate, IB courses. Some universities run their own colleges that offer further education courses too. Universities are regulated by the Office for Students, OFS, and the Quality Assurance Agency for Higher Education, QAA, is responsible for ensuring academic standards are upheld. College courses are designed to help students reach a certain skill level or gain knowledge in a particular field of interest. This can equip students to help them find a job more easily or academically prepare them for university. Universities tend to focus on both practice and theory. Colleges are more focused on providing students with practical skills. In college, students spend most of their time learning how to apply their skills in a real environment. Some of the most popular programs that students choose to study in college are education, arts and media, and technology. Many students choose the college route instead of university to become employable in a shorter amount of time. Further education college courses usually take 1 to 2 years of full-time studies. There are many reasons why international students choose to study at colleges instead of universities. For starters, college tuition is more affordable than university tuition. Class sizes tend to be smaller with flexible study options such as online and part-time, and students receive more individual support. There are also opportunities for students to potentially transfer some credits to university courses depending on the course. International students studying in the UK who began their studies in autumn 2020 are now eligible for a 2-year post-study work opportunity. Students who attend a university or college recognized as a licensed visa sponsor by the UK government are able to look for work after their studies as long as it's related to their degree or course. Pathway programs. Pathway programs can help students improve their English and help make the transition to higher education studies easier. There are many colleges and universities that offer courses such as pre-university programs, foundation years, and English language courses. English language courses. English proficiency is often an admissions requirement for most universities. So international students usually have to take an English language assessment such as IELTS, TOEFL, or UCLES. Each program will have different English language proficiency requirements, so be sure to check each school and program page for details. English language pathway courses incorporate skills such as speaking, listening, reading, and writing. An English course may take anywhere from a few weeks to a year to complete, depending on the program provider. We'll discuss English language requirements in more detail later in the module. Academic pathways. There are also academic pathways that help students prepare for university. These subject-based courses provide foundational knowledge in subjects such as English, math, art, and science to help students meet the prerequisites for university admissions. One of the most popular pre-university preparation programs is A-Levels. A levels are studied over 2 years and may be an admissions requirement for a university depending on the school, the course, and the student's previous education. Students should always check with the university they applied to and confirm what credentials they need to provide. These credentials might vary depending on the country the student is from. There are many A-level subjects students can study depending on their interests and what university course they want to take. Foundation Year Program. Students can take a foundation year if they're undecided about going to university or if they're a mature student. Foundation years give students a chance to experience university-level study without fully committing to the degree. It's a way to ease into or be reintroduced to the educational environment and gain an understanding of the field of interest. Foundation programs are also beneficial for students who haven't studied in the UK before. It can help bridge the gap between their current qualifications and UK higher education requirements. These programs are a great opportunity to fill any academic gaps, continue to improve English language skills, and help students adjust to life in the UK and the academic system. It's important to note a foundation year program is different from a foundation degree program. A foundation year provides students with qualifications to enter a degree program. A foundation degree is a qualification in itself that usually takes 2 years to complete. Students can continue their degree to earn a full honors degree if they choose to do so after the first 2 years of study. Summary. In this section, you learned about the UK post-secondary education system and how it's regulated, the different options for post-secondary education, including university and VET courses and educational pathway programs. Here are a few key points to remember. Post-secondary education in the UK is regulated by the UK government to ensure that all students receive a high-quality education and meet the learning standards set by the government. In the UK, post-secondary education is divided into 9 qualification levels, 12 levels in Scotland, on the Regulated Qualifications Framework, RQF, which outlines the qualifications and learning expectations at each level. After students complete their GCSEs, they can go on to earn different qualifications and continue their education depending on their interests and career goals. Students can take a career-focused pathway and earn certificates and vocational qualifications, or they can take an academic-focused route and attend university. UK institutions offer a variety of pathway programs such as pre-university programs, foundation years, and English language courses that can help students improve their English and help make the transition to higher education easier. Primary, secondary, and further education requirements. Primary school. Most primary schools have set admission criteria developed by the school or local council and are used to select students. Parents can contact the school's adjudicator if they have questions about admission criteria. Secondary school. Entry into secondary education, years 7 to 11, usually happens at 11 years old, but it's recommended that international students take 1 year of school in the UK before entering Key Stages 3 and 4, where they'll prepare and write their General Certificate of Secondary Education, GCSEs. Entry requirements to UK secondary education for international students may differ from school to school, but strong English language skills are often required. Always check each school's program and admission requirements before applying. Students usually take their GCSEs at the secondary school they are registered with. Generally, students take around 10 GCSE subjects. The school's requirements must be met as well as the UK Exam Board's requirements. A strong level of English is an important requirement because all the exams are written in English. The following are the 5 exam boards in England, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Assessment and Qualification Alliance, AQA. Council for Curriculum and Examinations Assessment, CCEA. Pearson Ed-Excel. Oxford, Cambridge, and RSA Exams, OCR. Welsh Joint Examinations Committee, WJEC. Scotland follows the accreditation and qualification requirements as outlined by the Scottish Qualifications Authority, SQA. Advanced Level Qualifications, A-Levels. The requirements for studying A-Levels, advanced level qualifications, can vary depending on the school. Typically, a student would take 3 A-Levels, but students who excel can take as many as 5 A-Levels. These are subject-based qualifications that lead to employment opportunities and vocational or work-based opportunities, including internships or higher education and degree programs. Students between the ages of 16 to 18 who've completed their secondary education can enter either sixth form or sixth form colleges, which are institutions that specialize in post-secondary qualifications such as A-Levels. A sixth form college might require the following: at least 5 GCSEs, at least a B grade in specific subjects, equivalent grades in Business and Technology Education Council Awards, BTECs, or National Vocational Qualifications, NVQs. It's important to check with individual schools to ensure the appropriate requirements are met. Secondary requirements. Once students complete all their secondary requirements, the next step is to decide on the post-secondary institution they want to attend as well as the course they want to study. Universities and Colleges Admissions Service, UCAS. The Universities and Colleges Admissions Service, UCAS, is a UK-based charity organization that handles the application process for most UK universities. It provides an admissions application portal as well as resources, information, and advice for students, parents, and education industry professionals. The UCAS is known primarily for undergraduate application services, but it also manages admissions for conservatoires, teacher training, and applications for some postgraduate courses. As a registered UCAS center, schools, recruiters, and organizations can help support students through the application process. ApplyBoard is a registered UCAS center and offers application services for a wide range of study options in the UK. Entry requirements for undergraduate programs. The UK is one of the most recognized and accomplished countries for its higher education. A degree from the UK is internationally renowned and will provide students with distinguished qualifications, education, and skills that'll benefit them for life. International students who completed their studies somewhere other than in the UK education system will still have to meet specific requirements and have certain credentials for entry into UK universities. Each university might have their own entry requirements for certain courses or programs, but they'll also have general requirements all students must meet prior to admission. Undergraduate or bachelor's degree entry requirements for UK university programs often include a variety of qualifications to ensure students have the knowledge and skills necessary to successfully complete the program courses. Undergraduate or bachelor's degree entry requirements for UK university programs often include a variety of qualifications to ensure students have the knowledge and skills necessary to successfully complete the program courses. Undergraduate or bachelor's degree entry requirements for UK university courses often include qualifications such as the following: English and math proficiency, admissions tests, interviews and auditions, statement of purpose, credibility interview. Other requirements such as ID documents, reference letter, a health check, financials check, or criminal record check. Admission requirements will vary depending on what country the student is from and whether they're applying to undergraduate studies or postgraduate studies. Always check the specific requirements for each course to determine a student's eligibility. It's possible to receive a contextual admission or offer from universities and colleges if the student faces certain obstacles that could affect their grade requirements. Admissions teams can use contextual admissions to choose students with the most potential to succeed in higher education, instead of solely relying on the highest ranked exam results. It's important to verify this with the school. Some schools use the UCAS tariff point system, where grades are converted to points to make it easier for schools to compare applicants. Entry requirements. Scotland. Entry requirements into universities and colleges in Scotland are different and include standard and minimum requirements. Grades are an important factor for both levels of requirements, but the minimum entry requirement also considers personal criteria for widening access students. Universities and colleges strive to identify each student's greatest talent and capabilities beyond just their grades. Widening access is similar to contextual admissions and offers. Students can outline special circumstances on their personal statement that might pose a barrier to accessing higher education. This additional information will be considered along with all other application entry requirements. International students are responsible for providing proof they can support themselves financially while studying in the UK. So it's important to check with the university to confirm if they have a widening access entry option available for international students. Many UK universities and colleges accept equivalent qualifications for their courses, which makes post-secondary studies more accessible for some international students. Most UK universities provide details about equivalent overseas qualifications for each country on their website. For example, professional work experience and knowledge could provide a study pathway towards some university credits. Students can find out more information about how their qualifications are equal to the UK course qualifications from the UK National Recognition Information Centre, UK NARIC. Use the UCAS search tool to learn more about widening access requirements or refer to the UK Council for International Student Affairs, UKCISA. Review. review
is the
post-secondary
passions,
admissions
and some
requirements
students have
for the UK. Most
started or
universities and
selected their
colleges in the
career
UK
pathway
require specific
depending on the
documents and
course that
qualifications
they
for
have
admission. While
they have
each
selected.
program may
So,
have different
if you're
requirements, here
someone,
are the
a
most common
parent
documents and
or a student
qualifications required.
who is looking
Step
forward
1.
to
Identification.
move
Students
abroad
require
for higher
government-issued
education,
ID documents
then
such
you
as a
can
passport.
contact us.
Step
We have
2.
helped
Transcripts.
thousands of students
Specific
across 14
qualifications
different
and
countries
grades are
to come and
required,
study in
such
the
as
UK,
provisional and
USA,
final
Canada,
transcripts
Australia,
or
New
certificates.
Zealand, and
Step
also
3.
European
Entrance
countries.
test.
So if
Some
you are
programs
somebody
require
from some part
scores
of the
from
world, we have
specific
students
entrance
from
tests,
Africa,
which
we
prove the
have students
student's
from
academic
Asia,
level or ability.
we have students
Step 4.
from
Proof of English
Australia,
language
and we have
proficiency.
helped students
A
from
variety
Europe
of
as
English
well.
language proficiency tests are accepted by
You
UK
can get
institutions,
our
including TOEFL,
consultation,
IELTS,
and it's
and
completely
PTE.
free
Step
because
5. Resume or curriculum vitae, CV. The resume or CV should
it is
include
free. Our
professional and
consultation
academic
is
work
completely
experience,
free.
references,
You can
accomplishments,
trust us on
and
the
outline
process,
study gaps.
and we will
Step
give you the
6.
exact,
Personal statement. A student's personal
information that you
statement
need
should explain
to
their
enter
educational,
into the
professional,
university.
and
We
personal
will guide you
background.
through the
Step
process.
7.
We will
Credibility
apply on your
interviews.
behalf.
Students
We will
applying
get
to
you the
study in
offer
the
letter.
UK
We
from
will get
certain
you the
countries may
CAS
have to
letter,
participate
and
in
we
a
will
one-on-one
make sure
interview
that
with a
you will go
representative
through
from the
the
university
process
admissions
smoothly
office as
and
part of their visa
perfectly, because
application
it's very
process.
important
Step
that you
8.
submit
Letter
the
of
correct
reference.
information
Students
and
typically need
correct
one reference for their
qualifications,
undergraduate
and you'll be
application.
prepared
Several
for
references
the
may be
interview.
required for
Sometimes
postgraduate
UK universities
applications.
perform
Step 9. Any
pre-CAS
additional
interviews,
information the
which is
post-secondary
before they're
institution
giving you the offer
requests.
letter,
Always
before
check
you
the
giving
program
before
or
they're giving you
institution
the
requirements pages for the
CAS
most
letter, which is
up-to-date
the
application
confirmation of
requirements.
acceptance for studies
Summary.
letter.
All of these entry requirements
They do
are an
the
important part of the
interview. So
UK
that
post-secondary
interview
admissions process,
is
especially
very
English
important
language
in order to
proficiency
get
for international students who wish to
sponsorship
study in a
from the
major or
university
degree
for your
program.
student
More
visas.
will be
And
discussed
once you
later in the
complete
course
that
about each of
process,
these
you
requirements,
will be
including the
directed
accepted
to
English
the
tests and essential
visa
level of
applications. And
understanding.
visa applications also very important factor you need to consider, because it's not only you're going to get the offer letter from you can apply directly to the universities and get the offer letters, the CAS letters, but when it comes to visa applications, it's very important that someone who knows the industry, who knows the requirements of the visa, and who very well have experience in the in doing UK visas, it's very important someone you're selecting who has the experience, because it's higher education is sometimes some people's the best decision in their lives. So somebody who's trusted and experienced and educated about the system can handle these applications, then that is someone that you need to consider. So at rcitypereira.com, we are supporting thousands of students. We have already supported thousands of students in the world to get into higher education, and we are here to support you and your application as well. So if you're someone who want to apply to study undergraduate programs in the UK. So today I've been talking about all this education system, how the credit works, and what are the qualifications, the requirement, the UK as a country, why you have to consider UK in the UK for higher education. So all those information I discussed, you can view my profiles, and then I've done many live sessions by now for a lot of students, so it's available on my Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and on LinkedIn profiles. You can see these information, and if you need to get more information, okay, you need the links to these information, then you can text me. I can get you all the information, because I think it's very important that you make an informed decision before you're making your final destination, before you're deciding on that. Right, okay, let's see the rest of the presentation. So right, okay, so and okay, I will see. Okay, so international students who completed their studies somewhere other than the United Kingdom will still have to meet specific requirements and have certain levels credentials for entry into the UK universities. So undergraduate or bachelor's degree entry requirements for UK university programs often include a variety of qualifications to ensure students have the knowledge and skills necessary to successfully complete the program courses. Undergraduate or bachelor's degree entry requirements for the UK university courses often include qualifications such as English and maths proficiency, admission tests, interviews and auditions, statement of purpose, credibility interview. Other requirements are ID documents, reference letter, a health check, financial check, or any criminal record check. So these are the requirements. Like if you want to know more about whether you're eligible and how to do a statement of purpose, because that's very important. A lot of students finding it difficult to complete these requirements. In that case, you can contact us. We are here to support you. We have supported many students in the past, and we have experience, expertise, and the knowledge to get you the right place, the right program, and get into the universities, get you the visas done, and make sure that you come to the UK and learn well, and you complete your qualifications, and then the universities are providing you high quality education and experience as well. Sometimes the UK universities, they provide research and work based learning, work placements, and also sometimes you may get into industry experts projects. So that's why that may give you opportunities in the future to develop your career or further leave to remain in the UK. So there are so many options if you consider the right partner for your success, right advisor, right consultant, then we can support, because we have helped thousands of students already, and we can definitely help you. Admission requirements will vary depending on what country the student is from and whether they are applying to undergraduate studies or postgraduate studies. Always check the specific requirements for each course to determine your ability. So you need to check with us what is your requirement and what are your qualifications and experiences that you have, so that we can guide you through the perfect process. It's possible to receive a contextual admission or offer from the universities and colleges if the student faces certain obstacle that could affect their grade requirements. Admissions team we can guide you through depending on your performance, your eligibility. So you need to send us your CV. We will assess you. We need to see your current admission, current educational qualifications and experiences that you have, and we will make sure that we give you the best opportunity for you in terms of getting into these universities. Right. Okay, so it's been more than 2 hours. You're with me live, and thank you so much for joining with me. I will see some more information. Okay, so let's see now entry requirements for postgraduate programs. There are many benefits to completing a postgraduate or master's degree in the UK. Students can save time and money doing a 1-year master's program in the UK versus completing a 2-year master's elsewhere. There are few types of master's programs such as taught masters, integrated masters, research masters, or PhDs. Entry requirements for a master's degree typically include an undergraduate degree in a related discipline that's comparable to the UK qualifications, evidence of interests and skills and knowledge in your chosen field of study, evidence of research experience at an undergraduate level, English language test requirements, and tests should be approved by UK Visas and Immigration in order to obtain a student visa. And admissions tests sometimes, such as graduate management admissions test, is required for some of the universities but not for all. A research proposal, if the student is applying to a research based master's, then subject specific requirements, and there are a lot of other requirements. So depending on your circumstances, your experiences, your education, we can guide you through the right program. A research master's or a PhD degree is for students who want to train in research methods and who might prefer an independent study approach. Okay, so yeah, entry requirements for a PhD typically include a master's degree in a related field, a research proposal, evidence of research skills, English language test requirements, and sometimes admission tests. Depending on the course requirements for specific subjects, students might not require an undergraduate degree in the specialized area they would like to study. Some universities and colleges consider work and life experiences. Students must communicate with their the school of choice to find out what are the entry expectations and what proof they'll require and that demonstrate their ability and subject knowledge. Students should always check the course page online, so this we can do for you. So we have the latest information about the entry requirements with the universities, because we work with UK universities very closely to get you the admission. So we will do that part for you. We do not charge any money for our consultation. It's just a matter that you send your CV, so we can guide you through the perfect process of applying to a UK student visa. Foundation in International Year 1 and pre-master's courses. Yes, there are other courses and qualifications international students can acquire to enter undergraduate or postgraduate programs in the UK, especially if more training is required for proficiency in the English language. These alternative pathways are particularly popular routes to accessing UK higher education. International students who have completed less than 13 years of education might have to take a 1-year foundation course at a university or a college to better prepare them for admission into undergraduate program. Students still require an English language test, such as International English Language Testing System, which is IELTS, or Secure English Language Test, which is CELT. Along with higher education's higher secondary school certificate, transcripts, a reference letter, personal statement, passport, and visa. An international year 1 course is a good choice for students who don't qualify for a bachelor's degree but have qualifications to advance for a foundation course. This is a nice stepping stone into the second year of bachelor's degree in the UK. A pre-master's course can help international students further develop their English language proficiency and help prepare them for academic skills they'll require in a taught master's degree. Supplementary requirements, yes, this is very important. So if you are someone international is looking to start studying in the UK, so these information are very important. I know it's too much, but then you need to understand, because you need to do your research before you are selecting your higher education, because it's very important. It's very important that you know what you're doing, because then only you can get the return on investment. Sometimes students don't have any idea what are the possible courses that they are eligible for, whether they can. Sometimes students doesn't know the pathway to get into a university. So in that case, we have systems and people in place, we have teams in place that we can get you. So supplementary requirements are very important as well. Entry requirements for the international students to study in the UK include important qualifications such as English language proficiency and high academic standards. It's important to note, however, there are other requirements for UK universities and colleges. Now, for example, personal statement. Personal statement is very important. And how do you do a personal statement, or we call it statement of purpose? Is that is a document, and this document is an opportunity for students to talk about their accomplishments, work experiences, skills, any extracurricular activities that they have done, any volunteer experiences, and study goals. International students should include in the SOP. So how to write SOP is very important. Sometimes students are asking in social media forums, I have seen that how to write the SOP. Do you have a sample? What can somebody help me with writing my SOP? So then, okay, so you can do this, or you can contact us. We can get you support and guidance on how to write your SOP, because it is an opportunity for you to demonstrate your skills, experiences, and whatever the skills and extracurricular that you have done, that may help the university to understand your profile, and also to see whether the course they can offer the place at the university. So some of the information that you have to include in the SOP is why you want to study in the UK instead of their own country. Now, for example, you need to explain why you're coming to the UK for higher education. Why not in your own country? So that you have to explicitly express the interest in the personal statement, and demonstrate their knowledge of program and campus of the university they wish to study at, and also demonstrate the competency in English language, and outline the English courses and tests that they have completed. Now, we have a format that we encourage students to do, so you can get information about that with us. So also, students can visit the UCAS website as well to get more information about how to write your statement of purpose. But instead, you also can contact us on the numbers displayed on the screen, so that one of our team will get back to you, and we can support you all the way in writing your SOP, writing your CV, and making sure that you're in safe hands. Right, so you need to have your curriculum with your CV as well. We have the formats, we have the systems in place to generate your CV. We will do all that for free, so you don't have to pay us for anything. We do this for free, so you can contact us. Then the credibility interview is one of the important factor that you need to understand, because a lot of students fail these interviews. So credibility interview is very important, so you need to be prepared. You need to be prepared very well for this. There are two types of interviews to be aware of: the interview entry requirement applicable to all students, and the credibility interview for international students who require visa to study in the UK. Some colleges and universities have an interview or audition as part of the entry requirements for a specific course. This gives you students a chance to share the portfolio of their work, and also they can explain about their how this program going to improve or change their lives. A credibility interview or a precast interview is extremely important for international students because it requires them to thoroughly explain and demonstrate why they want to pursue their education outside of their country. It is a vital step in the visa application process. Students must prove the entry clearance officer that their intentions are genuine and their English language proficiency is at right level, and more. So we will get you more information about this as well. Okay, so you're with Asidi Pereira. This is my social media platform live every day. I come live to get you more information and inspiration, a little bit of giving you a little bit of a dust, sparkling dust to your life. If you're someone thinking about higher education but you don't know where to start, and you need somebody to help you on the way, then it is me. Contact us. My number is displayed on the screen. My team is there to help you. I have the systems in place. I can support you, anybody in any part of the world, to come and study in the UK. So let me know your requirements, and I'm happily helped thousands of students across 14 different countries to come and study in the UK. And I am here to support many more students. And also we have planned some of the university tours in upcoming months. I'll come live on social media to get you a little bit more inspiration and information about why you should consider UK as your higher education destination. Stay tuned. Every day I come live on social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube and LinkedIn to get you information that you need to make an informed decision. So thank you so much. And I'm going to end my session for today. And I'm so glad that we are building strong relationships with the universities in the UK. We work with almost all the universities in the UK, and we can get you support, guidance, and application process, and getting the visa process done, airport pickup, and also finding accommodation in the UK. And also we can support you with any part-time jobs finding, and if you want to start looking for other opportunities in the UK, such as further leave to remain, finding job opportunities, or you want to you need to seek global opportunities after your graduation, then we are here to support. We are a team of professionals. We have helped a lot of students. We are a friendly team. We have perfect process in place, and it is very easy. Wherever you're in the world, you can get all the support online. We have systems in place, and it's perfectly aligned. So thank you so much for joining with me today. I will see you tomorrow as well, with more information and opportunities that you can grab in the global markets. Right, so if you have any questions about what we discussed today, and you want to know the links to important information, because I think you need to do your research before you're grabbing these opportunities, because it's very important decision in your lives. So sometimes it may change your lives, and it may be the turning point in your life. So you need somebody who you can rely on, and you are in safe hands with rcdpereira.com. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care and have a lovely day. Bye.